I'm Mrs. Besega. I'm the GHS liaison for the Common Ground program. Common Ground is a program that's run through Leadership Greater Hartford. I actually did this program myself when I was in high school, like the class 29 or something like this. And Common Ground has a bunch of different purposes, including to introduce you to students from other schools. So the way that Common Ground works is we've got this program that's going to meet one day a week in the fall, right? And it'll be about 14 weeks long, depending on what the COVID restrictions look like in the fall. I know they're anticipating an in-person program this year, which would be excellent. For the program, you would get picked up, and we think it's going to be on Tuesday. It might switch to Wednesday. I'll let you know as soon as I know. You'd get picked up from here on Tuesdays, get driven to the program in Hartford by like a taxi. Then they would drive you back to your house after the program, so your parents don't have to worry about transportation. The program costs $50 a student. Technically, it actually costs significantly more, but the school pays the remainder. The reason there's a $50 charge is like it's a commitment fee, so we know that you're committed to the program. That fee goes to paying for all the food, it goes to paying transportation, it goes for Camp Jewel and the retreat and the school exchange, all the different programs that it helps pay for. So transportation is included in this program, and so is dinner. Dinners are going to be at like 4:30 every Tuesday. And they're going to be giving you dinner from different restaurants in the Hartford area. The idea is to foster multiculturalism, so you're going to be trying some new foods from a bunch of different restaurants. Right? A typical Tuesday schedule then would look something like getting on the cab at 2:30, driving from here to where we're meeting in Hartford. I forget the name of the building. I used to know it. Right. Once you get to the building, you'll probably have like half an hour or so to do homework, to like rest at the end of the day before you start the program. So 3:30, that's when like program stuff starts. That could be things like the career fair, writing resumes, financial literacy. 4:30, you break for dinner, then you finish up for the day and they send you back. Right? They'll take you from the site back to your house. And some parts of the program are going to be a little bit different, right? So on a typical Tuesday, you go through all this, but some of the things are not on Tuesday, like the, nope, I'm out of order here. For what's on a typical Tuesday, this would be your regular sessions. So regular sessions are going to be what you would do like a regular class. So protocol and orientation, leadership 101. You'd have like your decision making, personal finance, public speaking, diversity and social justice. I know that they have your cultural celebrations, future planning. I know they have career, that's supposed to say forum, graduation, and there's a few extras that are sometimes included in there. For the people who are alumni, did you have a favorite regular session?
I think all of the sessions are so great. But I think we definitely had a lot of fun when we had our cultural celebration. That's one of like the celebration days. So that one was really fun. And then I also enjoyed like our public speaking presentations.
Yeah. Actually, from when I went, I really also remembered the cultural celebration, because you like every participant brings in something from their culture, but lots of people bring in food. So big fan of like everybody's home cooking. I really enjoyed that session. And I also really remembered the career forum, because they had a bunch of professionals from the Hartford area come in and talk about what their career looks like, which I thought was kind of cool, because then you get to meet a whole bunch of new professionals. Outside regular session times, there's at least 3 things. There's the Camp Jewel retreat, which is a full weekend long. So I want to say you go on Friday night, right? It would be right after school on Friday. Yeah, it was Friday night. You'd get I think you drive yourself, or your parents would drive you to classical magnet school. You'd get on a bus, they take you up to Camp Jewel for the whole weekend, and you come back Sunday night. You want to talk about Camp Jewel?
Yeah, you went to homecoming.
You went to homecoming.
Yeah, I left early. But that was like, because I had missed the first meeting, so that was my first like time I was really nervous. But everyone was so nice, and I don't know. I feel like when you're there, you just like really get to know everyone, and it's not like you're a bunch of strangers that are suddenly put in cabins. And, I don't know.
It's really fun because like the first few weeks you're at Common Ground, like the first 2 or 3 times, it's very clear to see like who's from where because everyone's in with their school, and then at Camp Jewel you're kind of forced to interact and have these moments where you're like actually meeting people and talking to people and becoming friends. And then when like Mr. Santiago, who was running the program at the time, always used to make this joke that like after Camp Jewel he could never get us to shut up because we would all be like talking and hanging out. So like it's think about like also the center where you go is really beautiful. It's just like a really fun time where you actually get to know people, and like after that it's no longer awkward. It's like a few like hours of awkwardness and then you have this, it's great.
Yeah, so they do generally make the Camp Jewel retreat mandatory for that reason, because they want to make sure that your class bonds and gets to know each other with all the different people from different schools. And then you do all the program work through the semester. So it's like you've met everyone, you know everyone's name, and then you get to work after. All right, so I said 3 out of program activities. So there's Camp Jewel. There was the community service project. This year's kids didn't get to do one because of COVID, so I'm not sure if they ended up getting it done this year yet. What did you guys do for your project?
Yeah.
And helped out with, like,
So we had a toy drive, like a cash drive, and then we went to like basically what's a women's shelter in Hartford, and like cleaned up for them. It's a home for women with children, so that was why we had the toy drive. But we did a lot of cleaning.
Yeah.
But it was really good because I think we ended up donating like a few $1,000s and a bunch of toys, so it was really good.
When I did the program, ours was like collecting toiletries for a homeless shelter. So we ended up like raising money and then buying tons of toiletries, and it was like boxes and boxes of things. The class before you guys had like a sickle cell holiday party where they were like working with sick kids, and they got a bunch of presents, and everyone got presents, and it was super fun. Usually community service project is sometime in December. So keep that in mind because it won't be on a regular Tuesday. Then school exchange. You guys want to talk about school exchange?
well, we both went.
Yeah, we both went to the same school, so maybe we don't have.
That's okay. I think I went to the same. You guys went to Bloomfield?
Yeah.
I also school exchange to Bloomfield.
Wow. So you.
I feel like I was really nervous to do it just because I don't know, you're so used to like your daily routine. But you're like with somebody who at this point has become like a really good friend. And they just kind of give you around and show you kind of what their daily routine is. And it's really fun. A great opportunity to see how other schools work.
Yeah. So like I don't know about you guys, but I've been in Glastonbury my whole life. Like I've been in this public school system the whole time. So I've never really had the chance to like go see how another school does things, especially like the way they try to match it is you're probably going to a school with a different socioeconomic status. So I went to Bloomfield, which is obviously Glastonbury is predominantly white, Bloomfield is predominantly black. So it was definitely like it was different than what I had done every day for the past 12 years before. And I remember like some people looked at like did a double take when they saw me in the hallway at Bloomfield. Did that happen to you?
Mm-hmm.
So but like it's one of those things that makes you realize like, oh, we all go to school. Here's some differences here and there, but like it's something that'll really open your eyes to how like education in Connecticut and in America works, I think. So it's I would say it's probably one of the most valuable things I've done all 4 years of high school. I've done a lot of stuff, so like saying that is like I'm very genuine when I mean it, and I think it's probably the best part of the program.
Yeah. So on that school exchange day, they'll match you with a buddy. You would attend their school for a day, and the next week they would attend your school for the day. Principals all know this is coming, so you'll get like exemptions or lates for work, and that'll be okay. You don't have to do the homework for the other schools' classes. You do have to make up the work for our school's classes. But sometimes, like when you go to a school exchange, you'll be in a class you've never seen before. You'll be with like all new students. It's really neat to see like how their daily lives can be so different, even though we're both in an institution we call school. Right. So that means we talked about the regular Tuesdays. We talked about the 3 outside of Tuesday events. Application. I mentioned there's like 4 to 5 spots. There's 4 to 5 spots for Glastonbury. The other towns obviously have more spots. And together it's probably going to be about 30 kids in the program. The thing with the application is, let's say that you are a freshman and don't get in next year, I'll save your application for the year after. Or let's say that you get in, but then you realize like, oh, the program moved to Wednesdays, I need to change my schedule. You can defer a year, and that way you can save your spot, right? So the application, I would like that back by June 9th. I don't think it's gonna take you that long, because instead of having a mandatory essay, which is what you guys had, we're moving to an optional essay. But the optional essay is nice because then if you want to add stuff to your application to make you stand out from other people, you can do that. Otherwise, it's just based on like who's available, who's graduating, trying to make sure everyone gets a spot before they leave. So the 2 potential outcomes, let's say I like get all these applications and I've only got 4 or 5 spots. That means on August 1st, you're either gonna get an email that says you are preliminarily accepted, or you get an email saying that you're on the wait list. You're still eligible for next year. If a spot opens up because someone defers, you can still go, right? And you'll get a final acceptance in September. That's when I'm going to know exactly all the dates. I'll know the dates for Camp Jewel then. I'll know the dates for most of the things. I won't know the community service dates. But that way, let's say you get to September and then you realize like, oh, I have this practice that will interrupt it like every single time. That way, August, you get your preliminary acceptance. If you change your mind, you have until like September to do that. All right, optional essay. The optional essay part is going to be like a college essay. You can write it on whatever you would like, whatever you want me and Miss Destiny to know about you, that puts you apart from other applicants. So you can write about your interests. You could write nothing. You don't have to do the optional essay. You could write about why you think the program will benefit you. Maybe like, oh, I want to learn how to public speak. You could also write what you think you bring that's unique to the program, right? Being like a multiracial student, I would think that like maybe I bring a certain perspective to the program that's different from other people around me, right? So optional essay along with your application back to me in my email or in my mailbox by June 9th. That way I can take a look at them over the summer. Usually what I do with these is I go and take all the applications and I meet up with Miss Destiny, who runs the program through Leadership Greater Hartford. She'll be like your main teacher and coordinator once you get in the program. We'll look through the applications and make a good class, right? Then everyone else will get emails for the wait list. That wait list is good. Usually we go through the wait list to like pull when spots open up. And we do have an agreement that if like, let's say a school can't get their spots filled, that we can take some of those. We'll steal them for Glastonbury, right? So what sort of questions do we have so far? Kids that are online, you can just unmute yourself if you have any questions. Yes, go right ahead.
Will this slideshow be posted like on the website?
Oh, one more time. Will the application be posted?
The slideshow.
The slideshow. Yeah, I can post the slideshow to the website.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I'll probably also post this video recording. Yay. What else we got?
Yeah, Sarah and I can just talk about how great it is.
Yeah. Emily, is that a question or a thumbs up?
That was a thumbs up, sorry.
Oh, nope, you're good. All right, so then where to find the application? If you go to the Common Ground website under clubs for GHS, give me 2 seconds to pull it up. This one. Oh, it's showing you my view, so sorry about that. You'll live. All right, so if you go to the Common Ground website through GHS, you'll be able to see the timeline. June 9th, applications due by email or in my mailbox, whichever. August 1st, acceptance emails go out. September, I'll let you know what those dates are as soon as I can. So application is on the website. The brochure that's got all like the different events is on the website. I didn't post the schedule yet because we don't have it yet. All right. So if you guys want to stay and ask our alumni some questions, you can do that. Or if you think of more questions for me, up to you.
Just very quickly, I'm sure all of you are very capable. I'm gonna look at. I don't like. Not
Yeah,
able to see
do
stuff.
that. I'm gonna grab
Okay, I'm sure you're all very capable and smart young people, which is why you're here. So it's awesome that you're here in the first place, and you might be thinking like, I don't know if I want to do this. Do I? Like, how will it benefit me? I can say like, going to Common Ground or something. I was really not sure how it was going to be, and I think it's really hard to think of questions when you really have no idea what it is. I remember I didn't ask any questions when I came to the information session, but like it'll give you a chance to see things in ways that you have not before and talk to people that you probably would not have talked to before. So if you're at all interested in like, I don't know, learning how to expand your network or like learning how to talk to other people if that makes you nervous, I would definitely like recommend at least submitting the application and then giving it a shot if you get in. I would say like, I don't know, I know I don't seem like it, but I used to be like very shy at the beginning of high school. And I think this definitely helped to bring me out of my shell a little bit. And like, I have nothing bad to say about the program. And you know, like if I did have something bad to say, trust me, I would tell you, but I really do not. And the person who runs the program, Miss Destiny, is just like one of the most amazing people I've ever met. You will be in such good hands with her if you get in. So I recommend that you do it. Very cool. It looks so good on college apps, guys.
True.
I was gonna ask, on top of leadership and the ability to spread the show, as you say, you could some people you could also put on your college application.
Oh yeah, no, definitely put it on your call. I think like on the Common App, you like rank your activities or whatever. This was near the top for me. This was like very
I
impactful.
also feel like when you're like doing an interview or something, or you enter college essays, like you get so many experiences that you can talk about, and yeah, I feel like I loved it. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it, so I just submitted my application, and then the more I really thought about it, the more I realized what making programs is, and then yeah, the more that I did it.
Yeah, I did like when I was doing college interviews, I think I talked about Common Ground in all of them. So
Oh, and Miss Destiny will write college letters of recommendation too.
I got it.
I love this stuff.
So there were classes that you
Oh, it's class is like
found.
a strong word for what we do. I think it's more like a lot of discussion and talking.
You learn one topic a day, kind of like that, and kind of just
I
like a theme almost.
Yeah, it's more like a theme of the day and you're talking about it. So I think like presenting it like it's school is it's not.
No, it's not a class where you're like sitting and like teaching in front of you. It's very much discussion based and interactive activities. The dinner's also really good.
You're
And
sitting
food.
there going,
And
the
food.
food is so good.
It's
Food is so good.
and where is it?
It's called the Metro Center in Hartford.
So it's like in a school or something.
It's like an office building, and we use the cafeteria.
It's a nice facility. It's Except you have to move all the tables and chairs. You're so active.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So how does the school exchange
So the school exchange, you would get paired with a partner, and then they would let you know like what day you're going to their school, but your parents would have to provide that transportation.
Or you can, I carpool with Sarah.
Yeah, because you guys were going to the same one.
So,
You did go for the
yeah, it's
Yeah.
for a day. And like with transportation too, I noticed that. Like I know I took the cab when I went from GHS to the program, but like my mom works in Hartford, so she just picked me up after. Like
Yeah.
they're very like
also, yeah, with the transportation on the way back, depending on where you live, they'll like just put you at the end of the bus so you can be on the bus for a little bit, but it's really not that bad and pick up the road.
Yeah.
and you get to know people from GHS too. I didn't know Sarah before. I didn't really know anyone who was doing the program. 'Cause I didn't know you. I didn't really know Hunter or anyone else. So you get to know your own community too. So that's pretty cool.
All right. Any other things? Cool. All right. So in which case, I'm gonna let the kids at home sign off. I will see you later.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Bye. All right. And then kids here, where